Give me a thumbs up.
I just need to get a cue when we're live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for a virtual public meeting for the Beachie Creek fire. So many of our firefighters, local from your family, have fought this devastating fire. They've been followed by fire teams, of which we're only one of the support teams for you and your families. The team here right now is a Southwest Incident Management Type 1 team, and I hope we can help with the information for you during this difficult time. I'd like to now introduce our incident commander, John Pearson. I would now like to introduce Dave Warnock, Agency Administrator for the Willamette National Forest. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dave Warnock, Forest Supervisor of the Willamette National Forest. I'd like to share that we're currently working with a broad coalition of partners to fight the Beachie Creek fire. That coalition includes the Forest Service, the Bureau of Land Management, the Oregon Department of Forestry, the Office of the State Fire Marshal, and the Oregon Department of Transportation. We're working to put this fire out, to secure critical access along the roadways, to prepare for the coming anticipated weather. We're starting to plan the long-term recovery for these fire-affected areas. We understand that our combined loss from these sets of fires is staggering, but our agencies are working in unprecedented coordination across agencies, across departments, with and for the people of Oregon. We believe that our combined efforts will carry us through this challenge. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Mike Shaw from ODF. Join us, please. Thank you.
Good evening, folks. My name is Mike Shaw. I'm the Agency Administrator Representative for the Oregon Department of Forestry. And I would agree with everything that Dave said, and not to be redundant, but this is an unprecedented event. And I would like to say that all of the agencies that are a part of this have had a very strong alignment through the first team, Brian Gales and the State Fire Marshals that were here. And now we're providing that same level of alignment to John Pearson and his team as they go after this fire. In addition, I would like to say that there's also a very strong effort by local landowners, both large landowners and small landowners alike, to help in this effort. And those have been, we're very thankful for those efforts, and we'll continue to work with those people throughout the incident. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm John Pearson. I'm the incident commander for Southwest Area Team 2. We arrived here a couple of days ago, and we had the ability to shadow Brian Gales and the Oregon State Fire Marshal Green Team, Les Hallman, before we took command last night at 1900. So basically today's our first operational shift. When the fire was handed over to us, it's approximately 191,000 acres, still remains 20% contained at this point, and we have embedded our operational resources into the Beachie Creek fire to carry on what was provided to us from the Brian Gales Team 13, as well as the Oregon State Fire Marshal Green Team, Les Hallman. So we're fortunate again, like I said, to have a great opportunity for them to set us up for success into the future here as we endeavor the task to secure the fire perimeter to the best of our ability. Where we are focusing currently is on the western flank of the fire, and the southern flank along the Highway 22 corridor, as well as between the Riverside Fire to the north on that north fire perimeter. Crews are working diligently. You know, lots of contingency line work has been completed. Now we're looking at taking advantage of opportunities to go a little bit closer to the fire perimeter where it safely can be done with the resources that we have. So I think, you know, our intent here, my intent as the incident commander was to try to give you all an update as soon as we arrived here so that you could have, you know, the correct information of what we're doing and what our plan is and carrying forward. And we intend to be transparent and allow opportunity for folks to ask us questions and what have you in regards to the strategy and the tactics that we're doing. So with that, I'll turn it over to our operations section chief, Craig Dougherty, for what has been accomplished today for this first operational period. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. As John said, my name is Craig Dougherty. I'm one of the ops section chiefs for Southwest Team 2. I'll orient you on the map real quick so that you'll understand where you're looking. We'll start off with the other fires that are in the area here. This is the Riverside Fire up on the northeast side of our fire. This obviously is our fire footprint. And down here, this is Detroit Lake, as well as the Lion's Head Fire, which had ran into the Beachie Creek Fire. You'll see on the map, we have a lot of busyness here, and I'll try to explain some of that to you so you'll have an understanding of what operations we have going today. So we'll start up here on the north end of the fire. This is what we're calling Division Kilo. For those of you that are familiar with this part of the country, this is the Table Rock Wilderness, the Moala River right here, Coco's Corner, Willett. We got Drake's Corner in here. You have Silverton over here. You come on down Howe Prairie. You have Salem just off the map to the left here. Slayton, Sublimity, and you've got the communities along Santiam Canyon down here on the south side of the fire, Mill City, Lyons, and then Gates. And then, as I already pointed out, Detroit's over here on the very far southeast side of the fire. So up here on the north end of the fire, we've got head crews working. We've taken over the same operation that is the IC was mentioning was set us up for success. A lot of hard work's been done in here by a conglomerate of fire resources, private landowners, Weyerhaeuser has provided some help in here. These are some of their lands in here, all the different agencies that are here to help with this fire. Looking real good across the whole north end of the fire. On the map, when you see the black, that indicates that the fire is contained. There's still some pockets in here where we do have some uncontained fire, but we've got crews in there working as we speak, going direct. Direct means they're getting right on the fire edge, putting that fire out and containing that portion of the fire. They continue to work back out here to the east, southeast along this flank. Once you get off into this country here, into the Table Rock Wilderness country and some of this BLM land in here, it gets pretty rugged. We're scouting out some of that, and we continue to scout some of this off into here, what we call Division November. But you'll see that we haven't taken much action there, and you don't see any black on the map because we're focusing most of our efforts over here on the values at risk of those communities I just mentioned and the private lands that are affected out here. So coming on around the northwest tip here, we'll come down in here into the Crooked Finger area. This is the Crooked Finger community in this area. Again, these folks in here have been in there working very hard, trying to get as direct as possible. We do have some indirect lines. That means we're away from the fire edge. We're using those as a contingency. And when the fire behavior was like was when this fire blew out, that's about the only way that we can get in front of these fires safely. As conditions present themselves, we get in close and we try to get onto that fire edge. So that's what we're working on all the way down through this whole west side of the fire. You're going to see the X's and the R's and the black and the dots All of those are tied to our suppression efforts and show that we've done work in all those areas. Some of these pockets here of unburned fuel or a finger, we're working now. We have an indirect line at the head of all of those, and now we're working to go in and pick up that direct edge in there. So operations today, we're focused on scouting that out. Now that we have some of this this line built, to start going in here and picking up that whole edge. To give you an idea just of scale, this is about a 7-mile piece right here. So 14 miles total for us to get around just this one piece of ground right here. So it's not an easy task to just figure that out right away. On a map of this scale, it's hard to understand how big a country that we're looking at here. And this is obviously a very rugged ground. A lot of different fuel types in there, a lot of road systems to try to navigate. Coming on around down here, this far south and west corner, things are looking real good. In fact, just got word this corner here, north of 22 and up into Silver Falls State Park, that's another one of our values that we're trying to protect, is now going to go into patrol status. We feel comfortable with just patrolling that because of all the hard work that's been accomplished by the firefighters on the ground. Coming down here south of 22 and the 22 corridor here that goes up to Detroit. You know, obviously this area was hit hard with that flame front. We have folks working very hard in here to try to get lines in and around all of this ground. And this map's hard to see. There's actually another one of those large pockets that I explained to you of unburned fuel right here. It's about 1.5 miles in here of ground that hasn't burned. So their crews are working in there to try to contain that, get those containment lines in place. Coming on around the whole south end, same stuff is going on all the way up here to Gates. We have firefighters that have hose lays put in, crews working that edge where the machinery can't get, and putting direct line right in there and up against that fire edge so we can contain that. As you get off, this country here got quite a bit more established out the 22 up into some higher country. A lot of big timber country in there. We've got crews that have, for the last few days with the team before us, established a contingency line. That line was completed today. That's, again, away from that fire edge and indirect fire line. And we've been exploring opportunities to go in here and start to pick up this piece of direct line against that fire edge. Again, a very difficult piece of country, not simple to attack. So we're coming up with a plan there. That ground will be a little bit more tight to get in with firefighters. So we have to make sure we assure that we can do that safely. We can extract anybody that gets hurt in an operation like that. So there's a lot of moving parts that have to come together for us to accomplish that task. And then finally right out here, the very far edge of the fire against Detroit Lake. Obviously Detroit Lake here is a good holding feature. We do have some ground in here that's machine workable ground, and we've implemented a plan there, and we're getting the resources in there to get those lines put in place using existing roads, as well as putting lines in where we can with machinery to reduce that exposure to the boots on the ground, the firefighters, the hand crews. The very far eastern side of the fire, again, this is out in some ground that we haven't done anything with yet. It's burning in some wilderness, so the values here are a little less than they are around this part of the fire. As things start to get wrapped up around this part of the fire, like I said, we'll start working our way around this. This part of the ground is very inaccessible, and we won't be putting any firefighters into that ground. We'll just be monitoring that as the days go by here and see if there's any actions needed. And that concludes my report for today.
All right, hi there, Scott Weissar from the National Weather Service Portland. I am the incident meteorologist here on site. Did just a real quick forecast of what we're looking at for the next 2 days or so. We are going to go change from a very warm and dry pattern that we've been in for a while now to a more active pattern starting tonight and through certainly through Saturday. we are under, or this fire area is under a flash flood watch, which started at 5 p.m. and continues through 5 a.m. Friday. And that is for some brief heavy rains. We do have a increasing chance of rain showers and thunderstorms overnight and into Friday. The peak period of thunderstorms is going to be basically from about 9 p.m. tonight through about 2 a.m. Friday. And then with those storms, of course, very strong wind gusts. We're going wind gusts for 45 miles per hour with any of those storms, heavy rain, lightning, hail, all those things. As we go overnight into early part of Friday, we'll kind of lose the threat of storms, but we'll see more coverage in showers. And we're going to see showers pretty much through the day, or at least through the first half of the day Friday, and then they'll slowly diminish Friday afternoon. Rainfall totals from, let's just say from midnight tonight through Friday afternoon, we are looking at generally about 0.4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. But of course, if any storms just happen to dump over one area for any time length, we could certainly see totals pushing about an inch. So the main problem with that, with that is, of course, mudslides, rockfall, and with those strong wind gusts, we could also see some trees falling down too. We're going to see a decrease in shower activity starting Friday night, but there'll still be some Saturday, and then we'll finally get into a kind of a seasonal drier pattern starting on Sunday and lasting through the first part of next week. In a report, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Ethan Griffith. I'm Senior Deputy Sheriff with the Marion County Sheriff's Office Public Information Team. I'm here just to share an update on current evacuation levels in the Sandiam Canyon. They remain unchanged from the report that we put out 2 days ago. Just to clarify, level 3 is the cities of Detroit, Idana, Brighton Bush area, Mill City, Gates, Highway 22 east of Highway 226, North Fork Road north of Highway 22. Level 2 is the city of Lyons, Mahama, west of Highway 226, Fern Ridge west of Shelburne Creek Road to Basil Hill, and Crooked Finger Road, and also including Moss Lane. Level 1 is still Scotts Mills. As we work getting more information, we're hoping to reduce evacuation levels in some of the areas, Mahama and Lyons specifically. As we learn new information, we will get those updates out as soon as we can in the report.
Thank you, everyone. For now, there are a lot of questions that are coming through Facebook. We will answer them and hand that off to the appropriate person, and it will be through Facebook that you'll get that. There are phone numbers, websites that we're posting. There also that we're asking that you go to those to find out a lot of great information, especially about smoke right now and some of the weather coming through. With that, we'll call it a close, and thank you very much.